great, and if we're somewhere else, it's not so good because that means we just got beat, and so that's not a good thing. But I don't mind it at all. And recently, I think I've had about 10 bodyguards for whatever reason. So, you know, but yeah, you know, it's just the best way to get out is go right to the wall and right down. That's the best way to get out. I learned that in the 80s.
You sprint?
If you can, but you know, again, I got this entourage now, so it's almost ridiculous. You know, I don't have to. I can't because there's so many people around.
You mentioned Indiana's receivers, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're 1, 2, 3 in the Big Ten in receptions.
Yeah.
Are those guys all similar players? Are they a lot different?
They're different, and you know, the one guy's really good size. You know, so they've got size, but they're all very skilled and very good. And you know, Chappell does a nice job throwing it around. Just seems like they've always got you know, good skill guys. I'm going back to Hardy. You know, we didn't cover him in 2 years. Thank goodness he came out early, right? I think he did. So anyway, I mean, it just seems like they find guys, and I think all 3 of them are Indiana natives too, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that one, but we probably need to recruit hard in Indiana. But they have good receivers. Again, that's how they're built. You know, they're throwing that football really well right now.
How far away is Jeremiha Hunter?
I think he's got a realistic shot to be with us. You know, and I say with us, like, you know, hopefully today. But he didn't do much last week. It just didn't really respond. And you know, I think realistically, based on what I know, we got a shot today for him to go. And then you hope he doesn't go backwards too. That's the other thing. So that would help. That would help to get one back.
Coach, you surprised at all how James Morris has been able to, I don't want to say seamlessly, but really step into that quarterback position on the defense?
Yes and no. You know, for any freshman to step in there and play a significant role, that's not easy. But then, you know, right along with that, the things we thought we saw in him during the recruitment process, and watching his career at Solon, you know, I think they've really just surfaced. You know, he's got a great personality. He's an intelligent guy, and football intelligent. You know, and he's got, you know, he's a communicator. He's not bashful, but that's because he knows what he's doing. He's worked hard at it and all that. And the older guys have taken him under their wing too, and they're watching tape with him and, you know, explaining things to him and all that type of thing, and just showing him how to go about things. So it's been a team effort that way. I appreciate what our older guys do there. And but you know, he's a good football player. He's aggressive, and you know, it's to say we foresaw this. You know, I don't think any of us were. Yeah, we were all hoping Jeff would be our middle linebacker this year. It's his senior year, and you know, James would get some on-the-job training and then go at the appropriate time. But he's got called to do it. He's really done a nice job. Really done a good job.
As a sophomore, James did. Does it help that he had kind of 3 years in high school where he was around the program? Was he watching practices, anything like that, while he was still in high school?
Yeah, he came around certainly last spring, and yeah, he's been busy because you know, he's one of those guys that does 8 sports over there. So you know, he hasn't had a lot of time to be here, but he's got a great football aptitude. He's grown up around it too, which I think helps. It's certainly an advantage. But it's more so, I think, just the way he's wired. You know, he's really he's got a good football mentality. He's very serious about it, very committed.
You guys,
an excellent student on top of it, and that part's equally as impressive. At least the grade reports I'm getting every week have been very, very positive. So he's found a way to do both, and he must not have much social time right now. That's okay.
You guys ID'd him fairly early for middle linebacker, I think before camp. Was that always the plan with him?
You know, not my mind necessarily. You know, and yeah, but Norman, Daryl both thought that was the best spot for him, and yeah, I wasn't sure I agreed. Yeah, just like I wasn't sure I agreed with us not going nickel against Northwestern in 2000, and you know, history proved that to be a pretty good deal. And I think right now, you know, certainly this is working out pretty well, and so I think he's got a real good future at that position. But that being said, he could do a lot of things. I mean, he could play, I think, any 3 of the positions, the linebacker positions, which is a good thing.